Hello, everyone. This is Starry Ari's ASMR. I am Ari, and today I would like to show you some of my fuzzy socks. I have a lot of fuzzy socks, and I would say that these ones are the more fun ones because I have a lot of kind of like just more utility based or like more practical socks that I think would be pretty boring to show you. So these are kind of more of my pattern socks, just kind of the fun ones. Now I usually will get some fuzzy socks around Christmas because everyone in my life knows that I love fuzzy socks. So a lot of these were gifts. Some of them are still in really good condition. Some of them I've worn for a few seasons. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in and get started with the smaller socks, and then I'll work my way up to some of my bigger fuzzy socks, almost like slipper socks kind of. But for the small ones, I wanted to start with these, and these are just some black, pretty thin. They're not really too thick. You can wear these in like any type of shoe, and they are very, very sparkly. Ooh, look at that. So these ones I think are just so pretty and mesmerizing, and both of the socks are the same. I think all of my socks might be symmetrical. I don't think I have any that have like a pattern on one that isn't on the other. But I really like these ones. They are pretty soft. These ones can feel a little bit like, I think that the sparkles can feel a little bit itchy. So they're not really my favorite to like lounge around in, but I have worn them with some like short boots or like short shoes and had these like peeking up, and it's really cute, the little sparkles. So this was a gift from, I think, my sister-in-law, and I actually have two other pairs of socks that I'm pretty sure she gifted me as well. So usually she'll give me some socks. So I usually don't buy myself fuzzy socks because I expect that I might get them as gifts, and so I'd rather just wait until after Christmas, and then if I don't get any as gifts, I would just buy more for the season then. But I have honestly enough fuzzy socks that I'll be fine. So this was the first pair. Very, very pretty. Again, not the most like comfy and practical. I mean, they are still really soft and comfortable. It's just like they're not my favorite lounging sock. And I'm going to show these two at the same time because these also came from my sister-in-law, and they're both really similar dog socks. These socks have an adorable little dachshund that has these reindeer antlers and an adorable little reindeer nose, and its body loops all the way around the sock, and then here is its tail up at the top. So these ones you can see I have had for a few years, so they're starting to fray and the elastic is wearing out a little bit because I'm also really bad and I store my socks like that, and that stretches out the elastic over time, but I just do it. I think I just do it without thinking about it. And these socks have these rubber grippers on the bottom that help you not slide around. The black socks didn't have them, so that's another reason why I don't really wear them around the house kind of casually, just because I'm worried about falling and breaking my neck. But these ones do have the rubber grippers, and they're a really beautiful blue sock. There's some black fuzz on this one, and there's little kind of white snow bits like falling down, snowflakes. These ones are just really cute, and they're kind of like a shorter sock. They're not quite an ankle sock, but they're not as tall. And then these ones are, I think these might both be from Bath and Body Works. I'm not too sure. I feel like these ones would probably say if they were, but I don't know. These ones have a husky on the front, and it's grabbing this bone in its little mouth. It's really cute with its little happy eyes. And then this one also like loops around, and then this is like a little husky tail here. And these ones are so soft. And these socks also have those little rubber grippers on the bottom. So as you can see, these ones are a little bit more worn because I got them, like I said, a few seasons ago. These ones I just got, so they are still quite new. I haven't even washed them yet, so you can still see the crease from them being packaged like this. But I am excited for them. They're really soft and they're really cute. And I love dogs, and my sister-in-law knows that, so she usually gets me like a dog-themed gift like this, like something kind of cutesy, along with like our other Christmas gifts. So these were the two other kind of smaller socks. And then I have some kind of medium-sized socks, and then I'll get into my larger socks. So here is my first pair of kind of medium-sized sock. And these are quite a bit thicker, and they are lined on the inside, and they're really, really soft, and they're a gray color, but they have these silvery, sparkly sequins just kind of like woven throughout the sock, so they're really kind of like blingy and cute. And I've had these ones for quite a while, and they actually came in a set with some pink socks that are kind of exactly like this, but they're pink, and then they have little sequins, and I think those might actually be in the wash because I do wear them. All of these socks I usually will, wear. And I wish I would have thought about that because those are actually really cute. And I could have waited to film this so that I could show you those, but I think you can use your imagination. They're just like these ones, but pink. And I really like these ones because they are so warm. These are some of my favorite like casual house socks that I'll just like wear around the house. And they do have rubber grippers on the bottom. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them because they're kind of the same color as the actual sock fabric, but all of these little dots here are little rubber grippers to help me keep my grip as I'm walking around. But I really like these ones. These ones are really cute, just kind of thrown over a little pair of leggings and a big old chunky sweater. That's usually my go-to like around the house outfit. I do really like these ones. These ones are a little bit too thick for me to wear comfortably with like my regular tennis shoes, but they aren't too thick for all of my boots. So I can wear these with my little Chelsea boots and my taller rain boots and my snow boots. So they are really good for when I need my feet to be really warm. And I have plenty of pairs of like slightly thinner, shorter, like thick, warm, fuzzy socks, but those are kind of more in my like utility everyday category, so I didn't really want to show those. And I really like the kind of like chunky knit style of these ones. And it's a really thin, kind of like woven pattern down here, and then up here at the top, it gets really thick. So it's kind of cute. It like has like a little cuff like this. And then yeah, the inside is just this white, kind of soft, like Sherpa material, like something like that. And they're just so lovely and soft and warm, and I love them. And these socks here, as you can see, are much more like wintry, Christmas themed. And they are a white sock with red and black snowflakes and these black reindeer and this kind of adorable little Christmassy pattern. And it has this white kind of similar lining material up at the top for the cuff. And by the state of this, you might be able to guess that I have had these socks for quite a few years, and I really enjoy them. These are one of my favorite pairs of socks to lounge around in like around Christmas time. And I can't quite part with them because they do me pretty well. I do like to wear my socks until they basically wear through, or the elastic is just like not usable anymore and they like constantly slide down. But these ones are not there yet, so I think that they might have at least another season in them. These socks also have those rubber grips. I think the black pair might be the only ones that don't have them that I grabbed. I do have other socks that don't have them, but I think all of the ones I grabbed do. But these ones are just these little circle dots, just right around the bottom. And again, these ones are lined on the inside with that same material. And the one thing about these socks is that it's almost like the outside fabric isn't quite fully attached to the inside. So sometimes when you put your foot in this, the lining is like a little bit misaligned with the heel, and you have to kind of like finagle and like move things around. So that I think is probably just a sign of the age of the sock, and it's something that I just deal with because I like them. So again, these ones are a little bit too thick for me to wear casually with my sneakers. These ones and the gray ones, like I could fit in my casual sneakers, but it would be like a tight squeeze and probably not a very comfortable fit. So usually if I'm wearing these, I just slip on some boots. Like if I'm taking my dog out for a little potty break or a walk, I'll just slip on my rain boots. And these fit just fine in there. And the other sock is also just the same. But I like them. I think these might be my most Christmassy, like my most obvious Christmassy sock. These socks, I think that I might have shown these in my like Christmas haul last year. But these are Muk Luks socks, and this is the same brand that I showed for some fuzzy socks that I got for Christmas this year in my little Christmas haul video. And these are a beautiful kind of like a purpley, like almost a eggplant or a maroon. I don't really know exactly how to describe this color, but they're really pretty. And they are kind of wintry, and they've got these lines all along the sock here. And then in between the lines are these alternating patterns. I really like Muk Luks socks. I think all of the Muk Luks socks I've gotten were just gifts, but I've always liked them. And these ones have that same kind of like the Muk Luk name on the bottom of the sock as the red buffalo plaid socks that I showed in my Christmas haul. And then there's these little rubber dots in these really cute little patterns. And these ones also have that white lining, and the lining kind of sticks out to give it this cute little cuff like this. And as you can see by the state of this lining compared to, let me grab this one, like these I think are different brands, but still, I mean, you can see how much I've worn these ones, and I don't think I've taken the best care of them. But I do really like these. They are so comfy. They are such a comfy little like lounge sock, and they're really, really cute and so soft. They are kind of fraying. There's like this little thread here that I could probably trim off, a little thread here, and I think here, yeah, I think those were the only ones that I know about. And so I probably should just kind of trim those so they don't get like caught in the dryer and like completely destroy these adorable socks. I do like the color and the pattern of these ones. I like that they're kind of like pretty obviously wintry, but not in like an overt way like the white ones are. Like they're still just a really cute pattern, and I don't feel weird like wearing these outside of Christmas time, you know. Whereas wearing something with a reindeer on it, it specifically makes me think of Christmas. Now I am moving into my thicker socks, and I have two pairs that are from the same brand, but I'll just show them one at a time. And that is Jane and Bleecker. So these are the first, or this is the first pair of socks from Jane and Bleecker. I'm going to show you. And I think that this brand is in Costco, but I got these ones as gifts, so I'm not entirely sure like if they got them from Costco. But these are a lovely, lovely baby pink color. I think my camera might show them a little more orangey, but they are very pretty pink, and they're actually really similar color to my nails. I don't know why the camera's making these look different than my nails. And then up here is like this creamy color at the cuff. And then you are supposed to, I think, just fold down the cuff like that. And it is aligned with this white fuzzy Sherpa lining. And then these are a very like big chunky cable knit style. I think they're really cute. It's got this big, kind of windy crisscross, almost like a twist here. And then on the sides are these like big chunky, like knit sections. And on the back, here is the little Jane and Bleecker, like what is this called? Label. There we go. Label. It says Jane and Bleecker. And this is on a blue label. I think that's kind of like their branding color. And then on the bottom, you these are so cute. They have the Jane and Bleecker name, like I showed you, but the little rubber dots are little flowers. So that's so stinking cute. Look at those. See, this one is kind of coming apart because I've had these for a little while, but I think that they are just so adorable. It makes me sad that people don't see these when I'm wearing them because I'm standing on them. They're really, really cute, and I do really enjoy these ones. Again, they're a little too thick. Well, I think these ones are actually my thickest ones, so they are much too thick for regular shoes, and even too thick for my little Chelsea boots. So I think the only boots that I can wear these with are my taller rain boots and my snow boots. But they are really lovely lounge socks, and I really like them for that. And I have one more pair of socks to show you, and I think these ones are probably my cutest. Boom. Look at that. So these are also by Jane and Bleecker. And these are a cream, and they have some hair on them. They're a cream color. And then, as you can see on the toe, are these adorable little faces. And they're like little lambs because we have this like lovely textured pattern here. And I think that they're little lambs. I had one person ask me if they were bunnies when I was wearing these, and I was like, I don't think so. I think they're meant to be lambs. But they are so adorable. I love the cute little eyelashes, and the little nose is like a cute pink heart, and the little ears have this pink lining, and then the little pink on the inside, and then that's just adorable little smile. They're just so cute. I just love them. I get like a cute aggression with them because they're just like so cute. I want to squeeze them. And these ones up at the top also have a little cuff, and you can fold it down like that, and it has this pink lining. It's the same color as the pink down here, so it has this little pink line around the edge of the cuff, and then that same white lining on the inside. And I just adore these socks. And the bottom also has Jane and Bleecker written out, and these little gripper dots are also little flowers, although I think it's a little harder to see with this color than it was with the pink Jane and Bleecker socks. But these are just so cute, so soft, so adorable. And they also have the little labels on the back that say Jane and Bleecker. Like I said earlier, I think these are probably my cutest pair of socks because they are just so cute. I mean, how can you look at that face and not say that that's cute? I think every time I put them on, I just feel like I have adorable socks on, and I always have to show my husband that I'm wearing my little lamb socks, my little sheep socks. They're very, very soft, very cozy, and they're just so sweet. They're just the sweetest little socks. But that is the last pair that I would like to show you. Again, this was not my full fuzzy sock collection. If you watched my Christmas haul video, you'll see that I got another pair of fuzzy socks. I got a few others as well. And I also have lots of just like boring fuzzy socks or like warm cozy socks. But I hope that you enjoyed this little show and tell. and just getting to see some of my cozy sock collection. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.